And with that, welcome to episode 80-something of the Concealed Taco Dudes podcast.
87.
80, I think you're right.
87,
Okay.
which is also the year I graduated high school. We've already started. You might as well just go with it.
Okay. Well, tonight we have me, Taco,
Jason, Concealment Solutions.
And Mag Older Mark,
and we are recording.
Live at the NOE Studios.
which we're very fortunate to be in safely tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Because Taco rolls up, parks behind a police car.
There's a
and-
police car pulled over on just like maybe 2 car lengths in front of the NOE door. Two car lengths in front of me. I pull in, and I just kind of look at the cop for a little bit,
So
see if he's like gonna like pull off and go.
Well, for context, it's after business hours in a fairly
industrial kind of.
industrial area, right? The only people that are here right now are criminals.
There's a,
And
the,
us.
the homeless
There's a
thing.
homeless shelter down the street, too.
Yeah, and so there's all kinds of sketch people. So I roll up in my car, and then I see the cop, and I'm like, oh, geez, am I going to get shot? But
Well, so he gets out of the car with an AK in no case.
yeah, no gun case. But luckily I had the microphone stand, and I had keys to the building, so...
Well, and you're Asian, so you're just protecting yourself from all the Asian hate crime.
I don't know. We're in Utah. I'm one of the brown guys, so...
Are you a roof Korean?
Wrong Asian. I come from the kamikaze lines.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so I don't know what that means.
Well, back during the Rodney King riots.
Oh, I know what the rooftop Koreans are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just I haven't heard of any rooftop Japanese.
No.
I wouldn't hesitate to be a rooftop Japanese if they're,
If the need should arise.
yeah.
I guess we're all Jesus now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
We should probably hit some sponsors.
yeah. I know. Okay.
Silence.
NOEBulletMolds.com, the finest makers of the finest bullet molds
Yep.
Yeah.
on the planet.
And reloading equipment.
Yep.
Yep. They do make some really handy tools
Yeah.
for the bullet casters and reloaders.
Some of the tools look like medieval torture devices.
Oh, really? Which ones?
The grippy plier things.
I'm not sure I know what you're talking
You
about.
know, with the wooden handle.
Oh, the mold handles.
Yeah.
Those don't look like torture devices.
Well, maybe
They are podcast.
Anyways, use coupon code FLT001 and it will save you 10% on your NOE order.
Awesome.
I was doing some loading before this podcast. I'm still working on those 405 grain 44 mag subsonic loads.
Yeah.
I think I got them tuned to where I want them, but those are some heavy 45 or 44 mag loads. Like,
those are big, honking, long bullets.
yeah, I mean you're almost looking at like,
What diameter is 44 mag?
it's like kind of 0.429430.
So it's noticeably smaller than 45.
Yeah. So I don't know why they named
Those
it
things
44.
got to be like
if
an
it's
inch long.
43.
Well, none
should
of
be
it-
43 mag.
None of those numbers match up to any of them.
True.
Well, 45 ACP.
I bet you those things are
450.
seriously.
That's because John Browning invented it.
Oh. Oh.
Those
But,
those bullets got to be like an inch long.
they're pretty long, so you have to have like a faster twist barrel for shooting those. But
Are you shooting it out of like a lever gun or?
yes, I have the Marlin Dark with the, of course, threaded for
Right.
a suppressor and a suppressor to shoot it. So they're going to be subsonic. And yeah, I got them going about 1,000 feet per second.
Cool.
So
That's
it does
moving
not save
for a
on
big
lead, but it
bullet.
does.
It's a big bullet. You're right.
It does save on powder because so little powder can fit in there after you shove that big of a bullet
Right.
in there. So
So I bet you that's still like out of a rifle, like what, like 1,200 foot-pounds of energy or something? It's a lot.
I'm not sure. I'd have to calculate it, but I can't come up with those the foot pounds in my head. But yeah.
It's because you're only half Asian.
Yeah, if I was full Asian, man, I'd be spitting out that math,
Yep.
super fast.
Anyway,
So, my kids, I have to give them a hard time when they, get any math problems wrong because I'm like, kids, you're Asian. You have Asian blood. You cannot. You're supposed to be good at this stuff.
Yep.
You were born to do this stuff. But yeah.
I bet they love that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Then they remind me, I'm only quarter, Dad. I'm only quarter. So yeah.
Nice.
And Utah Air Guns.
UtahAirguns.com.
Use coupon code AirCandy, and it will give you free shipping
Yep, and turret stickers.
and turret stickers.
Awesome.
And yeah, I guess I'll talk a little bit more about what I did with
With air,
With air
guns.
guns.
air guns.
Sweet.
Like yeah, when
That's
we talk
kind of
about
what
what we
it's
did.
turned. What did you do with air guns this week?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have great service, knowledgeable staff.
and a
if you
good
have
selection.
Yes, and if you have questions, feel free to call them because the guys who answer the phones,
Yeah.
they're pretty knowledgeable.
Yep, and
If-
if they don't have the answer, somebody next to them does.
Yes.
If it's super disappointing going to the gun store, just go to Utah Air Guns and it'll make you feel better.
Yes,
Yes.
I need to go stock.
You need
up
to
on
go
some
feel better?
pellets. I do need to go feel better. That is.
I will say, after I worked like that one crazy weekend, I stopped by Utah Air Guns just to feel better. But I think I walked out with something.
That's why you felt better.
Yeah,
I
probably.
did buy some new shoes today. That did make me feel a little better.
Are you wearing them?
No, they're cycling cleats.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
All right.
So that I do feel better now. And it looks like I'm buying a new bike tomorrow.
Jason's had a rough day today.
Yes.
It's come from all sides.
And he
It was
can't
rough.
really even talk about it.
That's okay. Nobody wants to hear about it. But yeah, new bike tomorrow for my son. New shoes for me today. Life is good.
Once your son gets his bike, he's going to be a lot faster than you probably.
He probably will because he's been riding a fully rigid 24-inch wheel mountain bike. That is an awesome bike. We bike packed on it, and he does good.
But he's outgrown it.
Yeah, almost. But what's cool is with the group that he's been riding with for the last few years, there's kids on like $6,000 full suspension bikes that are in like 5th and 6th grade.
Wow.
It's crazy, and he keeps up with them.
Nice.
So once we get him on something that's got bigger wheels, got some suspension, he's going to start crushing it.
It's
That's
not
awesome.
the gun, it's the trigger puller.
Exactly.
Yeah, so what you were doing for him is equivalent to a father giving a son a revolver and saying, practice on that double action pull.
True.
Use that Nagant revolver pistol with a 40-pound
Now
trigger pull.
that's a mean father.
If you can shoot that, you can shoot anything.
That
If you
is
have a
true.
Nagant revolver, you can still find ammo for it.
Oh, can you?
You can, or get some.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
I do
That's
have a
the
Nagant
only-
revolver.
I know you
That's
do.
the only pistol ammo over there.
That's so
But,
funny.
yeah.
It is the weirdest looking ammo because the bullet sits below the case
edge,
mouth.
yeah.
And then the case mouth is crimped down to like around
Like a
it.
shotgun shell, kind of
Yeah.
looks like, right?
Kind of.
Ish. It's
Kind
weird. It just looks like somebody messed up on their reloading and shoved the bullet way
Way
too far in the case.
Yeah.
But yeah, and
But
the
it's
reason
like-
they do that is because it allows it to do a gas seal
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
It's
And
like
that's
one
why-
of the only revolvers out there that you can suppress.
effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a video on that.
I learned more today. This is great.
Yeah, you should check out my video.
I will.
I got one of those threaded and
I subscribed finally.
oh, awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Check out Utah Air Guns at UtahAirGuns.com. Use the code AirCandy, as we mentioned.
And they'll take care of you.
Yep.
We start off talking about air guns, and then we're talking about Nagant
revolver.
Let's also hit Lee.
Black Ice.
Coatings.
Black Ice Coatings.
I really need to take that Beretta 51 over to him. I think I want to have him do that one.
Just totally black.
Yeah, with the black ice coating, so it's
Yeah.
just that Teflon coating.
Yeah.
And I don't care what people think about it being recoating a
And-
what do you call it? Surplus firearm. I don't care. It's going to be
Vintage or-
awesome.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like made that long ago, so I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot it more if it's Teflon coated.
In 40 years, your kids are going to have it be like, man, my dad ruined this gun. It'd be worth twice as much now if he didn't do that.
Oh, but man, it sheds water.
Yeah. Nice. But yeah, check out Black Ice Coatings. Follow them on Instagram and Facebook. They are posting pretty regularly and really cool stuff. Not just gun stuff. They do all kinds of stuff.
They do, and I talked to him today.
Oh, nice.
He's going to be doing another load of Magholder spring clips.
Oh, cool.
So
Good. He's doing a bike for me at the end of the season.
Teflon coated,
No.
you should do that.
No, this is going to be way better. We're going to do the frame, the fork, and my stem. We're going to dip it in a sugar skull camo pattern. You know what the sugar skulls are? The Day of the Dead skulls?
Yeah,
They're all bright and crazy.
Huh.
But the undercoating paint that we put on before we dip it is going to be glow in the dark.
Oh, nice.
Wait, what?
Yep.
He has glow-in-the-dark paint?
Yes.
I should do the Beretta 51 and glow-in-the-dark.
But
Good idea.
When you
That way, if I throw it, I could find it at night.
it could be your night gun.
It could. No.
But when you do the hydro dip over the top of that at night, there's the pattern glows.
Does it display on the walls inside of a closed room?
I think if we use the nuclear paint, that it would do that.
So what about the pigs? Can you get glowing pigs, or are they too opaque?
I don't know.
Lee, I know you listen to this.
Glowing
Glow-in-the-dark
pig.
pigs.
Send me a text if glow-in-the-dark pigs are possible.
Maybe we should do some limited edition mag holders with big clips.
Pig clips.
Pig clips. Oh. All right.
I'll
That
talk
would
to
be
him about
that would be cool.
Check out Black Ice Coatings. They are awesome. We use them for our stuff, and we don't like crap, so
Yep.
check them out and let them know you heard about it on the podcast.
Slickery.
You could tell them slickery.
Or just tell them you heard about it on the podcast. Okay, we have some listener feedback.
Awesome.
Quite a bit, so I'm going to try and burn through it.
Okay, I'm going to take a
And-
nap.
All right. Steve D writes in, he says, "Hello from Pennsylvania. I'm a new listener and was wondering if you guys had any experience with 223 Wild barrels for an AR-15 rifle. I'm looking to buy my first one, the IWI Zion 15, and was considering this over a 5.56 NATO barrel, but wanted to get your opinion on it."
I think do it.
Yeah, I'd say go for it.
So tell us the difference. I know I've always just gone 5.56 because it gives me flexibility to do
Yeah.
223 or 5.56.
So supposedly the 223 Wild is kind of an in between, but you can
kind of
still
accomplishes
you
the
can
same thing.
You can still do the
5.56
5.56 and 223, but supposedly it shoots
does it better?
the 223 more accurately than a
Than-
5.56 chamber barrel. But I've seen
I've not had any issues with that.
Yeah.
I can guess I'm just not that accurate to begin with.
Do you know if the pressure is the same for the 5.56 and the Wild cartridge, or is there any?
you can
difference?
shoot the 5.56 in a 223 Wild.
Okay.
So yeah.
So no reason.
So
not
I would
to.
say go for it.
Yeah.
I have at least one or two of those 223 Wilds, and I have 5.56, and I shoot the same ammo.
So
in
there's
both,
really
and
no downside, but potentially a little
potential upside
better
to it.
accuracy with the 223.
Yes.
There you go. Maybe
So-
my next one I'll do a 223 Wild.
Yeah. It's such a small
Yeah.
like
There's not
change.
that
It's-
much difference between
Someone
5.56
could-
and 223.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, I'd say go for it. If that's what you're looking at and you like it, get it.
Yeah.
And if it's available, get it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the key. If it's available, get it.
Okay, and thanks for listening. We have another one from Mike H. And he says, "Hi, dudes. I've been a listener since Gun Dudes, SX3, and the CTD since the beginning.
Whoa.
It would
Wow.
appear I don't hate Carl that much. The rest of you, well, I can learn." But seriously, I enjoy Taco's in-depth talks about his casting and loading ventures. I have not melted any lead in a few years, salad days, and all that. Still have 20,000 primers and have added a second Dylan, so I will be cranking the handle soon.
What's his address?
Yeah, I was going to ask the same thing.
I think Jason could use some of those primers.
I need some large pistol primers.
Oh, I've got those.
I know. I need to hit Gina because I gave Gina a ton of stuff a while back. Going, I'm never going to use this. We did some trading, and he came out far ahead than I did.
So you're an Indian giver?
Yeah.
I didn't say I wasn't going to buy them back. I would be willing to buy them back.
I gave you too good of a deal.
No,
I need some primers back. That's only fair.
That is not how I was going to approach it. I was going to approach it at, hey, I know you got some large pistol primers. How much you want for them?
Oh, yeah, you got the 10 millimeter that you need to load for.
Yeah.
Have you got brass yet?
I cannot find brass, and I can find hollow points.
Oh, yeah, we talked about you buying a box of 20 and then shoot it and then reload it and shoot it and reload it and shoot it, reload it.
And Gunny's has a box of 50 for $45.
Ouch.
They're hollow points, and I'm just like, I don't want to just buy the premium stuff at premium prices right now.
You check Starline?
I haven't looked online for anything.
Duh. That's where you got to get brass.
Yeah, I know.
But it might be hard to find anyways.
So I just keep hoping that because it's 10 millimeter and it's not as popular as other stuff.
Oh,
that
dude, everything is popular right now.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe, though.
He continues, and he says, the real reason of sending this is to publicly thank Mark Housekeeper
Oh.
for a great product idea, and then continuing to improve on it after it sold and shipped. I bought a couple mag holders for one of my CZs, and the fit would have been fine for range use, but not for my fully semi-active lifestyle. I asked Mark about a return. Instead, I got two of the new and much improved injection molded, not extruded, with a spring or steel spring clip. This is now a fully developed, ready for the big league item. I also got one for the Smith & Wesson Shield, which is the newer version with perfect function.
Wow. Thank you. That means a lot. I appreciate it. I'll pass that along to Mrs. Magholder.
It's nice to know you're doing something right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, now this one, it's going to make sense to you, but it didn't make sense to us on the last episode, and so we asked for clarification. This one is from Crispy, and it was...
Crispy.
Yeah, Crispy.
Yeah.
And he had an explanation of terms. So this was for your safe, fire, and full auto on the engravings, right?
Right.
So he said safe for Raptor, and then he said kettle, which is a bird of prey.
Well, actually, a kettle is a group of raptors.
Oh, sorry. I messed that up. So raptor is a bird of prey.
Yep.
And he said kettle is a group of multiple raptors, and Jess is when a raptor is released or restrained.
Yep.
Huh.
I like it.
And then
That's why we were all...
I like it.
and then he also had slip to release a raptor to hunt, and kettle. Yeah,
Maybe I should have ho and ho ho ho. That's what I yell when the rabbit runs.
Oh, nice.
I like that, Crispy. That is a deep dive into terminology. Thank you.
Yeah, you need to listen to the last episode.
I will.
There were some good ones.
I like that.
Yeah, we were all looking at you. Kettle?
What the heck?
Yeah.
I think that is a very good idea.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. All things
Very,
considered.
very fitting.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one we got from Dave W., and he says, Stan is back. If only Carl would stop humping long enough to record.
What?
So, you got to explain. Last week, he didn't make it because he had to... animal husbandry, right?
The text that we got was, I can't make it. I have to go get a dog pregnant.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
So, anyways...
And then he sent pictures.
You did.
We don't need proof of
dog porn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, he continues. He says, the mix of all personalities blends great. Stan, I fell asleep to the podcast released right after the time change. Dear Lord, you should be my prescription.
Yeah. That's great.
I woke up so full of energy, the time change shook right off. Someone swing by and hose Carl off and bring him on the way in. Carl is out of control.
Yeah. See, Carl isn't an easy swing by and bring him in anymore.
Yeah, how far does he live
He's
from this?
2 hours out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Grantsville kind of
Yeah.
out west, way far
Yeah,
west.
it's like
It
an
might
hour
take
to Salt Lake and then hang a left and go another hour.
So
Yeah.
when we want to get
Almost.
Carl, then we usually do Zoom.
Yeah.
But Stan, he drives up
Dan
there
drives in to see us.
Yep.
occasionally.
It was a lovely reunion last week.
All right, Kevin C writes in, and this is in regards to bike carry.
Oh yeah.
Good.
And he says, I was listening to your conversation about bike carry. I carry a SIG P938 in a pocket holster while biking. It fits in the back right pocket of my jerseys.
Yep.
Okay.
And-
What does
my-
he put in his back left to balance it? His cell phone?
I
Couple
don't
mags would work,
That's a good point.
And he says in the...
or a
And-
banana.
Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
exactly.
He says, and in my right front pocket of my mountain biking shorts, and he says, I don't notice it in the jerseys, but it is a little annoying in the shorts.
Yeah.
It's not comfortable, but it's comforting.
Yeah.
As far as wild animals, I go by Dean Weingarten's survey of pistol defenses against bears on Amaland.
Oh, we'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And call
All right.
him and get him to come on the podcast.
Zach from Montana, he writes in and says, Stan should look into swapping a 2.8 Cummins in his Jeep. They sell it as a crate engine kit for $8,000, so it is pretty spendy, but it has a lot more power than his V8 and reportedly gets around 30 miles per gallon.
Wow.
Is it a turbo
I-
diesel?
Don't know. Likely not practical due to the price, but
Yeah.
it would be very cool. That would be very
way
cool.
That's when you going back to our bug out vehicle podcast where we talked about going out of country and buying a Land Cruiser with a
Right.
turbo diesel. That's kind of my dream vehicle.
Grail car.
Yeah, the turbo diesels are sweet. But putting an $8,000 engine in a $500 Jeep is probably not very practical.
Yeah. Well, it depends.
Yeah.
Depends if he ever wants to fly again.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. But I think he said he turned in his, that hobby of flying,
I
right?
think it's an expensive hobby, and not only that, but getting a hangar, getting a spot to park it is,
Hangars are a drag.
its availability is limited.
We always used to, sublet a space in someone else's hangar.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Hobart Floyd, Hoflo.
Hopefully.
Actually, he says not Hoflo.
Sorry,
It's
Yeah,
Hoflo.
Slow down.
He says, first, Mark, my sincerest condolences on Ava, and my hat off to you for keeping a cool head in what was a bad situation that could have become so much worse.
Thank you.
And he also says, for the safe fire auto settings, he says, no taco, taco, and hot or mad taco.
That's not bad.
And then
It's not bad.
on the topic of prepping, he says, here in Florida, it's mostly hurricane prep as well as the whole COVID thing. The hurricane season mantra is the first 72 are on you, i.e.,
Yeah.
be self-reliant for the first 3 days after a hurricane. Fuel, generator, food, water, tarps for temporary roof covering, medicines, first aid supplies, a way to cook, a mechanical can opener, and flashlights, lanterns, candles. A camp stove is cheap, compact, and makes a world of difference between cold food from a can and a hot meal.
Oh, yeah.
Keeping freezers closed and with spare ice taking up space will keep foods frozen longer than you might think.
That's
Yeah.
good.
I was going to say a quick tip on freezers. If your freezer isn't mostly full, you should throw some ice in there. It
Good
makes
point.
it more efficient. And then if you ever do lose power, I mean, if you think about how long it takes for a turkey to thaw out for Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
Fill your freezer with turkeys.
Yeah, fill it with turkeys. Then you can have turkey when the apocalypse comes. But
Well, it
No,
makes sense. Basically thermal mass. It
yeah,
takes a long
it makes
time to
your
cool.
freezer more efficient and it keeps stuff frozen. As long as you keep the lid closed, then it'll stay cold, frozen for a while.
Yeah. And I like their mantra, the first 72's on you. If you have nothing but a 72-hour plan, food, all that stuff that they talked about, that's going to get you through most problems that you're going to run into.
So
Not all, but most.
for our hurricane guy, if you know that it's targeting you and you're likely to lose power for maybe a long time, do you go ahead and do something like grab dry ice and throw it in the freezer. I wonder because I get shipments of like dead animals and stuff. So
That's a subject for another day.
yeah, but for bird food. But so I thrown the shipment stuff, the dry ice in there, and it keeps that freezer not running for like a day and a half or 2 days.
Wow, that's a good idea.
But I don't know if people go out and buy all the dry ice.
I think they probably avoid going out when,
I do.
if there's a disaster, or if you think there's a disaster coming, I would avoid all
Stores.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the crazy people
I just
are.
didn't know if that was a practical thing or not.
I think that's very practical. Like you said, it kept your freezer not running for a couple of days. So,
Maybe.
whether it's practical to get out and do it in the time of that may or may not be a realistic option or not. But
Just an idea off the cuff.
yeah.
No filter, no thought.
But
What do you
if
guys think?
if you're in a position where it's convenient to get it at the time, then yeah,
Might as well.
yeah,
And I doubt people would be thinking the same thing.
right,
Besides, you can always make homemade root beer, too.
Yeah, you
yeah,
can.
or
Okay.
dry ice bombs.
Hey. You'll get charged with felonies for that nowadays. Okay, let's move on to what we did with guns.
Okay.
So, Jason, what'd you do?
Well, I got my Hollow Sun, my 507C, mounted on my Diana
Bandit?
Bandit and got it zeroed in, and it is even more fun to shoot now than it was before. The mount that I bought, because I think I mentioned that it didn't want to fit on the adapter, didn't want to fit on the, it would go on the rail, but then the dot wouldn't fit on it, or it would go into the dot and then it wouldn't fit onto the rail, and so I modified it and it works great now.
Cool.
It was as easy as running it over some really, like, I think 220 grit sandpaper, kind of just taking a little bit of the material off of it and knocking a corner down, and then it fit just fine.
Cool.
So, and I have an extra one. It came $13 and it came with 2 of the little mounts.
Neat.
So that was cool. Did some shooting in the backyard with some of the air guns. Got some groundhog targets, the ones that the color shows up when the
Oh, yeah.
bullet impacts and shows where you're hitting.
Oh, yeah.
So
Like the shoot and see targets.
yeah, the shoot and see target. So my son and his buddy were over, and so we were shooting at that. It's kind of cool because, like, the center mass heart's area is one color, the head is a different color, the torso is another color, and so they had fun shooting that. But other than that, and looking for 10mm ammo, that was all I did.
Mark,
Cool. I have with us in the studio.
with lots of fingerprints on it.
That is the sound of a 4 1/4 inch Colt Python, and I haven't shot it yet.
New Volt.
The
New
one,
Python.
yeah.
So I'm really excited about it. The trigger is buttery smooth, no stacking. It's really nice.
Yeah, that was kind of the big question when Colt announced they were reintroducing the Python.
Yeah.
Was, are they going to be anything like the old ones? Because the old ones have a total Colt following and are
Big
just
time.
phenomenal firearms. And Colt, as of late, doesn't have the reputation that they used to have of super high
Right.
finish product.
Yep.
And I think, obviously we haven't shot it, but just playing with it and dry firing it, I think they've hit the mark.
I think that the finish, this is, it's not blued, it's, stainless and shiny,
Yeah,
but it's well done.
yeah.
It looks nice.
It
I like
looks
it.
nice. The trigger is really nice.
What was the damage?
I don't know because
That's what I tell my wife, too.
Mag Older
How much
Mama,
did that cost?
Mag
Oh,
Older
I don't
Mama
know.
may listen to this. It was dangerously close to the second $1,000.
Okay.
Okay.
She won't be able to translate that. That was
Yeah, she will.
that was good code talking,
Yeah.
Mark. Good job.
But it actually came from a pawn shop in West Virginia.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yep.
Was it new or?
New.
Oh.
Yep. So anyway, that's what I did, and I've been staring at it for like almost a week now.
Do you take it to bed with you?
Pretty much. I love a big, big nice looking revolver.
So here's the question: are you going to holster that thing, or are you not going to?
I am.
Are you going to use it?
Yep.
Like,
I'm going to carry it.
nice.
Yep. That's the plan.
What's the point if not? I mean,
Well, no, some guns are collector guns,
I get
And-
it, but that's lame.
but it's a new.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, and it's a new model, like,
Right.
so it's not like it's.
It's not collectible yet.
Yeah.
I think that this generation of pythons will share the same stigma that the old ones have now in 40, 50 years.
Maybe.
I think they'll have that following.
We'll have to put some rounds through it, but
Yeah.
arguably it might be better mechanically. So we'll see.
Yeah, if you think about it, though,
it
like-
should be,
Modern
but
machining,
Yeah.
like technology and the metal alloys, all that stuff, everything has improved a lot.
yeah.
It has.
There's no reason in the world why it shouldn't be better than the original pythons, but I think for the most part people are just hoping they're as good.
The other thing I did this week, and I was going to pick it up, but the Shield Plus, the new 12 round
The
shield.
mag?
Yeah.
I have seen one. I had one. Oh no, I was at Discount has one.
Okay.
And so I was looking at it.
Did you look at the magazine?
I did.
What does it look like?
It looks like a double stack magazine that tapers down to a single stack at the very end.
Perfect. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to make that fit in an existing or close to existing mag holder.
I think you probably will be able to. Yeah, the grip is bigger on that new
the
shield.
new shield. Okay.
Yeah. Everything else, all the other dimensions, so that new Shield Plus, I think is what they call
Yeah.
it, should fit any shield holster,
I've heard that it does.
but the magazine is different. And
Okay.
the grip on the new Shield Plus is a little bit bigger than the original Shield.
Well, since Glock ruined it with, their 43 and then the 43X, then Shield's going to do it with the Shield and the Shield Plus.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yep. Yep.
So that's all I did.
Okay. Well, this first thing is just an update, so it's not what I did with guns. But I got chickens.
Congratulations.
So, yeah, we went ahead and got
How
some
many did
chicks.
you get?
We got 8. I was
Okay.
planning on, just in case, like, 2 of them die, then we
Which
still
happens.
have 6.
Yeah.
Are they all
sometimes-
young now?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
like chicks, and
Yeah, you probably
they're in our garage.
you won't have any eggs till the end of the
Yeah.
Summer.
season. What variety did you get?
My wife knows all those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Feathered ones.
Yeah, my niece, she's like super into chickens, and so
Huh.
she was telling us all the different breeds, what they're good at, what
Yeah.
they're not good at, and so we had her on the phone while we were picking the chickens.
Nice.
But
Do they have names yet?
the kids know all the names on it.
Okay.
That's the
To me,
way I
they're
am.
like chicks, chickens, whatever. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's we had talked about gardens and chickens. And
If they
so-
all live, are you going to kill 2 of them?
no, no.
If ours, we have 6 chickens and we get 6 eggs a day, almost every single day.
Yep.
Have you lost any chickens in the winter?
Not full-size chickens.
Okay.
We've lost some young. No, we've only lost chicks ever, and that's been in like spring, summer.
If they get a good start, they're generally pretty hardy.
Yeah, and I don't understand how their stupid feet don't freeze in the
know.
wintertime.
Yeah.
There's no meat on them. It's just skin and gristle, and they're running around in the snow.
Ugh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I picked up a new gun, and it's a little bit on the heavy side, but it is
And apparently it doesn't draw the attention of the police officer.
Yeah, apparently it's invisible.
yeah, but this is a 6.5 Grendel AK.
Wow.
So it's not a Vepr, it's an AK.
That's really weird.
And it is
a
very
beast.
awesome. Here, feel how heavy that is.
I know, I did. I think with the weight of this gun, it's going to have as much recoil as an air gun.
yeah.
Ka-dunk, ka-dunk.
Well, it shouldn't have very much recoil just because of the cartridge, but I'm really
too.
excited to shoot it. I have
It is a beast.
It is a very quality looking thing. Yeah,
the
did.
rail on the front is really nice.
Yeah.
It was, I think, one of the custom builds from, is it Lee Armory? And I picked it up at Copper Customs, so it was
does
not. It was
doesn't
not
look
cheap.
like it's been hammered out of a shovel.
Yeah.
No, it was not. So I think this thing ended up costing me about the same price as your shiny revolver.
Yeah.
But I have been wanting an AK chambered in 6.5 Grendel for years.
Why?
Because the 6.5 Grendel cartridge is like far superior to the 7.62 by 39.
Okay.
So, I mean,
Is it far superior to the AK-74?
yes and no. It's that would be a comparison between, like, say, 5.56
And 6.5,
and
yeah.
6.5 Grendel, and I'd take a 6.5 Grendel if I, in battle or something. Then 6.5
Right.
Grendel, it carries more energy out farther. So, I mean, 6.5 Grendel overtakes the 308 in energy after about 500 yards or so.
Yep.
Wow.
So that's, just because has a higher BC bullet. And yeah, so I'm a huge fan of the 6.5 Grendel cartridge.
When you're talking Creedmoor versus Grendel, how much less?
So with the Grendel, you're going to be using lighter weight bullets. Like I think max you'd probably go 130, but
Okay.
more like 123. So 123 grain bullet, I believe, is like a typical bullet weight for 6.5 Grendel. But, 6.5 Creedmoor, you can do the 140s, the 150s. So you got, and a lot more case of powder
Yeah.
to push it. So you're going to be,
So is it like 80% of a Creedmoor or?
I don't know. It's hard to tell because the diameter of the bullet is the same, but the bullets aren't the same.
Okay, got it.
So, it's like using lighter bullets and, the Creedmoor uses heavier bullets. So,
Well, it
Yeah.
is a very cool looking gun.
yeah, I'm curious how well it will shoot, I did order, because I mounted a scope on it, I did order the Magpul Zhukov folding stock and then also a, was it 0.75 inch cheek riser. So that should give me a better cheek weld instead of the chin weld for this stock that's currently
It does
on it.
kind of have an anemic stock on it.
Yeah, it's kind of a traditional AK stock that's
Very
polymer,
slender.
but
So
short.
you might want to mention this kind of weird mount that you use
Oh.
for your scope. It's really creative and it looks cool.
So one of I actually watched the video on the Military Arms channel. He did a video on this exact, gun from Copper Custom. And one of the biggest complaints in the comments section was that, it didn't have the side mount in the receiver where you can mount the optics or like
The scope, yeah.
yeah, the scope rail from the side. And so when I saw it, because it does have a little bit of an extended rail on the top that comes towards the back.
Comes back over the dust cover a little
Yes. And so I had the idea to use a cantilever scope mount and then mount it backwards.
bit. So the cantilever, in
brings
this case, it's throwing the scope backwards instead of forwards.
Yeah, so it brings the scope closer to you. So, because I was thinking about getting one of those long eye relief scopes, like a scout scope,
Right.
but I really don't want a scout scope for what I want to do with it.
Yeah.
I want to shoot this a little bit farther, have fun seeing if I can hit farther
Well,
targets with it.
that's pretty creative. Maybe you should do a thing on your channel about it. And link
Yeah,
it up.
I'll do that when I take it out and shoot. I have a bunch of ammo that I bought at NPS like a while back.
They never have crap in ammo whenever I go.
Well,
there.
not anymore.
Well, I was even going before, and it was like.
But yeah, I got I don't know, I think it was 2,000 rounds of the Hornady, the fancy 6.5 Grendel ammo, the
Yeah.
expensive stuff, and I only paid like $7 a box.
Wow.
Like per 20. So
Nice.
yeah,
Huh.
it was quite the
Were
deal.
they all smashed and?
No, they all look great. So I want to test that ammo out in this gun, and then if it shoots decent, then I want to make a dope chart with it, and just to have I don't know how accurate it is going to be, and I don't think it's going to be anything close to like say a bolt action or something like that.
Sure.
But if it shoots, I don't know, MOA or 1.5 MOA or something, I'll be happy with it.
Yeah.
So
Minute of target.
yeah, if it shoots minute a man, it'll be good.
Minute of steel target at 500 or so yards.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Because that's all I'm really going to be doing with it is shooting targets. And then maybe if the apocalypse comes, then I'll grab that one.
Neat.
But yeah.
It is a very attractive looking gun.
So that was
For
one
an
of
AK.
Yeah, for an AK, it's actually looks pretty nice. But I was gonna say I haven't updated my count on the podcast for a while. My 6 net new guns goal.
Yep.
And this gun put me at 5.
Wow.
Kind of like 5.5 because I'm working on getting a gun from Carl.
Oh.
Yes, but I don't
It's
have it yet.
a Carl, and he's so short.
Then it's
a half gun.
Yeah. No, it's because I don't have it yet. He has said that it is mine. It will be mine, but until I have it in my hands, it only counts as half a gun.
You'll probably have to drive it to his house.
So I'm at 5.5 net new guns. So
Wow.
when I get that from Carl, because I did pick up that Air Force Condor SS. That was one. But I did sell my Hudson Blitz. I picked up the FX Crown, and I built the Strike 80, the 80%er Glock. So I did count that, even though it's
even
not.
though it doesn't have a serial number.
Yeah, no serial number. And anyways, and I picked up the Swedish Mauser, but then sold it to Jason and got a PS90. So anyways, I'm at 6.
So what are you going to do now?
Now I have to figure out what to sell if I want to get something else.
Yep.
But I think I'm pretty set on air guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, and regular guns I'm pretty set. But I do want to get my wife a SIG P365, but that won't count towards mine because it'll be hers. It'll be.
So now you're just going to start buying guns for your wife and kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, this
Sure.
one. She works at a school, and so I've been kind of asking her about what she would do if there was a school shooting, and I think it got the wheels turning because she's totally unprepared because she doesn't carry at work, and so I think we have some goals this year to get a carry gun that she can comfortably carry at work and also shoot well, and then get some training. I told her about the Girl in a Gun group.
Yeah,
and that she should look them up and check it out.
Yep.
Everybody should check out Girl in a Gun.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I got that foam shooting rest from Jason.
Oh yeah.
That was one thing.
Recycling my old press foam into shooting blocks.
Cool.
Yeah. It's actually pretty nice because it's heavier than the other foams that the commercial ones that
like
you buy.
neoprene or something. Or?
It is. Yeah, it is.
It's
actually,
kind of.
It is neoprene. Well, some of them are. I don't remember which one you ended up with. One of them was a neoprene foam. The big one that I made, it's just, I don't know what it is, some high density something, but the neoprene's much heavier and feels a little bit more like rubber.
Yeah, I like the way it's heavier.
Yeah.
But anyways, and I went out and I went camping with the Scouts this last weekend, the sand dunes of all places.
Yeah.
And we did a little bit of air gun shooting on that trip.
Cool.
So I took out the FX Impact Compact and shot that. And
When did you get an Impact Compact?
I got that at the beginning of the year or last year. I can't remember.
Now you're starting to sound like we're your wife. Oh, I've had that thing. It's been around forever.
Okay.
I don't remember you
Yes, you
buying an
do,
Impact.
because I traded in my first FX gun.
You traded in your Wildcat?
Yeah, I traded in long before you. And
Then why'd you give me crap about trading mine in?
because
You're like, whoa, no, don't get rid of that.
no, because I was wondering what reason you had to, But then when you explained that you were wrong-handed and the magazine sticks in your face, then it made sense.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Huh. We have to
Don't
do some
think you could
research.
talk to us like that, though.
yeah. So, anyways, that's kind of what I did with guns. Plus, I loaded some 338 Spectre ammo. So I hope to get out. It has been the worst shooting weather for a long time.
It has.
Yeah.
It is snow during the day and then melt and drizzle, wet, muddy.
Yeah.
I was driving around yesterday in northern Utah County with the air conditioner on during a snowstorm. It's like it's springtime in the Rockies.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Saturday, we were 2 hours south mountain biking in almost 60-degree sunny weather. Jump in the car to come back home. Whiteout blizzard all the way home.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
Oh, I ordered a couple mags for my AR-10.
Cool.
I told myself I wasn't going to get one, but I figured in this environment, why not? So I ordered one of the D50 mags,
Really?
the drum mags from Magpul for the AR-10.
Wow.
Oh, God.
I
It's going to weigh as much as that AK.
It is.
yeah, I don't know. I gotta figure out like an economic load for the AR-10, and then just throw that in my AR-10 pistol, the 10-inch
And a
barrel,
wheelbarrow to move it around.
and just unload 50 rounds of 308
Something, yeah.
to test the magazine, the
Sure.
drum. Yeah,
Okay.
but that might draw some hate from all the people who can't find 308 ammo.
Yeah,
But
Yep.
that's all right.
but that's okay. I have to test for science.
Right,
For science.
right.
It says sponsors.
Yeah. What's up at Magholder?
Well, you guys have heard we're paying certain customers to write in positive reviews on the podcast.
Huh.
No, actually, we're going to have upgraded models of some of the older models upgraded to the new
Cool.
metal clips and all that.
Now, a while back, you mentioned some progress on the 45 and 10 millimeter double stacks.
Yep, it's nothing that we can talk about. Nothing notable
Okay.
since
Still in
last time.
progress.
Still in progress.
Okay, good.
Hint, hint, Jason wants one.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll test your XDM 10 millimeter when
Yep.
you have it ready.
I can
By the
test
time
your
you have ammo,
Glock.
we'll probably have one.
Yeah, no.
I'll test your Glock 10 millimeter. mag
Okay,
holder.
cool. So things are going great. Magholder Mama renewed the coupon code, so
So she's enjoying it.
she is.
Good.
That's about it. Things are going well. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. Well, in my attempt to trim down my offerings and streamline my catalog online, I have been working on 3 new products for Utah Air Guns.
Great.
So there may be some new stuff there. We talked a little bit about that stock, and I'm still designing and trying to streamline that.
Well, Jason has no idea what's even on his website.
There's some truth to that. I have customers that'll come in, I need this holster, and I'm like, okay, let me look it up and see how much that one is.
Well, people are ordering things that you haven't offered for a long time.
That is true. So the spare mag carrier for the Kel-Tec Sub 2000, it's
Yeah.
integrated into the rear stock. It's really pretty cool, but it's really nichey also.
Very niche.
And when I sold my Sub 2000 to Mark,
Yeah, to me.
I took it off the website. And part of the reason why I sold it was, well, one, I had another project I was financing. It needed the cash. And 2, I just hadn't had any orders for a while for them. So I'm like, it was fun while it lasted, no big deal. But what I did is I hid that listing. So on the back end of the website, you can hide a product so that you get on the website, you can't see it. It's not there anymore. It's like it's been deleted.
And then you get 3 orders the next
And
week.
then I got like 3 orders in a week for it, and I'm like, how are these? And all I can figure is that there's some forum thread somewhere that has a link to it, and that link can still find it even though it is hidden on. And so then I have to call Mark, hey, can I borrow that gun again? Because I got to have the stock to mold it. So
you guys, anybody with a Sub 2000, you should look it up and order them.
if you can find it, go ahead. So anyway, I've been prototyping and finalizing some stuff that we'll announce very soon. All of you who have ordered the rescue knife and sheath combo, those should be shipping this week. So I appreciate your patience on that initial order and getting those going.
How many of those do you have left in stock?
I don't have any in stock. That's why they aren't shipping yet.
Oh.
Yeah. Basically, I did a pre-order so that I could do a bulk buy on the knives. And so that's happened. They're coming. And I did order some extras, so I'll have them. But
I want to see it.
yeah, okay. There's one in my Forerunner.
Cool.
As long as the cop isn't there,
Yeah, yeah.
when we leave, we can go look at it.
But we tried to do this last year, and COVID and everything else just kind of made it impossible. We have a Beyond Concealed Carry class scheduled with Bob Main on June 12th.
Cool. Where do I go sign up?
You go to Bob's website. I will have a link on my website soon, but if you go to, I think, handgunworld.com, there should be a link there. So you can register now. I believe it's $170. It's an 8-hour course, and it's on a Saturday, and it will be here. I'm Concealment Solutions is hosting, and it will be at a private range near Spanish Fork. That's all we're going to tell you.
Is it the one that is?
Yes.
Cool. That's a good range.
Yes, we got lucky and scored a very private, very exclusive place.
Way cool.
Yeah, like all the bays are astroturfed. it's pretty sweet.
Is it the one with the 800-yard rifle range?
Yes.
Nice.
So anyway, this class is really ideal for somebody that you're not necessarily new to concealed carry, but maybe you've been carrying for a year or two and you haven't taken a class other than your permit class. This will be perfect for you. It's moving and shooting, reloading, and stuff like that. So all the details are on Bob's website, handgunworld.com. And again, I'll have a link on my website soon. And anyway.
Yeah, you can find it on the main page. There's a kind of a banner up top.
Cool. So anyway, that's what we're up to. And I'm
When is that again?
June 12th from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
How many rounds of ammo do I need to bring?
I think he said a minimum of 250.
That's a lot of 10 millimeter.
That
That is a lot of 10 millimeter.
it's a lot of 45-70 in my PFR.
Ooh,
That wouldn't happen.
that would be rough.
So anyway,
The reloads might take you a while because that's
Yep.
a single action.
True.
that's what we're up to at Concealment Solutions.
Very cool.
Some news stories.
Yes.
We do.
This one is not a self-defense in the news. It's just news.
This is
it's kind of
news.
crazy.
It's an ongoing news story.
So we're talking about it as it is happening, basically, which sucks. March 22nd, police responded to an active shooter in King's Super's grocery store in Colorado at Table Mesa and South Broadway. I think it is in Boulder, Colorado.
Huh.
The suspicious vehicle was being investigated, and somebody called the cops and said that there was somebody shot in a car. And then preliminary reports are the cops showed up at the scene, and at least 6 people have been killed, including 1 police officer. So bad news.
Huh.
The number of non-fatal casualties remains unknown at this time, and 2 other police officers have sustained gunshot-related injuries. 1 suspect is in custody and another has been searched. They shut down local high school, which is obvious. Anyway, bad situation in Colorado. I hate to jump this direction, but, watch yourself at all times. But also, I think we need to strap in for another political blow-up.
Well, sure. That's the second one in a week's time.
Yep. First of all, watch yourself out there in the world and be safe. Secondly, be prepared to protect your rights.
Yeah. Yep. Well, that's always discouraging to hear stuff like that, but
Yeah, it really sucks.
yeah. We have another news story. This one out of Houston. 2 people were killed Wednesday when a person they were trying to rob in North Harris County opened fire, according to Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez. The shooting was reported about 2:45 in the 4500 block of Shelton Road.
Shelton.
Gonzalez said a person was eating lunch in his car when 2 other people walked up and tried to rob him. He said that was when the person pulled out a gun and shot the 2 people trying to rob him. Gonzalez said the person jumped out of his car and fled the scene in the car believed to be driven by the 2 people attempting to rob him. He said the person later returned and is cooperating with the investigation.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
So,
You know what's funny? We didn't do a news story last week. We got so long and we spaced it. This was the news story I had printed off.
oh, did you?
Yeah.
It's so bizarre.
Yeah.
The guy who is getting robbed opens fire and kills the 2 robbers. He gets out of his car,
Gets in there.
gets in their car, and
leaves.
drives off.
And then
But then he comes back.
this may not have been a good idea. I should go back.
That's really weird.
That's
really,
like really weird.
That makes me think there's something more to this story than what we're getting.
Is there more in the story?
There's only one more line. It said
Oh.
the sheriff said investigators will forward their information to the Harris County District Attorney's Office, who will decide whether charges are necessary.
Yeah, it's like, man, we don't know. You
Yeah,
figure this out.
yeah, this is on you. We're not dealing with it. It is really, really weird.
What would make
Maybe he freaked out.
That's all I can think
Yeah.
of is he's just
He
like
freaked out and wanted to escape.
And maybe they like rolled up in a Land Rover and he was in his like Prius or something and was like, I'm taking the Land Rover. I don't know.
What do you think?
I don't know. Maybe he thought like there were people out to get him. Like it was a
Maybe he thought there were other
Yeah, and so
accomplices.
then he like left his car and then he
And left in a vehicle he would
hopped
be
in.
recognized in.
Yes, maybe. That's my theory. What's yours?
I think I have no theory.
The only rational explanation is he just panicked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But that's even weird for panic,
it is.
you know?
Maybe he shot them in his car. And so he's
Maybe
like
they got
he
in. That could
got
be.
out and was like running.
They
like,
came in from the passenger side and
I mean, I
they're laying
understand.
there dead on his passenger seat.
Maybe.
I understand wanting to leave the scene.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
you get yourself somewhere safe.
Yeah.
Like you said, you don't know who else may be around or involved or whatever.
Maybe you should call him and see if he'll come on.
yeah.
I don't think Sheriff Ed would give me that guy's number.
Why'd you get see if Sheriff Ed will come on?
Oh, okay.
You can ask him.
Yeah. That.
It's an ongoing investigation though,
Yeah.
because it just happened like a couple days ago.
Yeah. That one, I would really, really like to know.
That would be cool to know the rest of the story.
Yeah, I would like to know what's going on there because that was weird.
It is.
If you live in Houston and you know Sheriff Ed, maybe you could talk to him and send us an email.
Good idea.
Yeah. Send us an email at concealedtacodudes@gmail.com.
You know what? Ed is probably a listener.
You might be.
Ed, what's up, man? Tell us what's really happening with this guy.
Yeah.
Kind of bizarre. Eating it. I wonder where they were. It doesn't even say where they were. If he was in like a rural area, 4500 block of Shelton Road. I don't know if
You'd have to go on
if he's
Google
out-
Maps and
out in the
see what it looks
country,
like.
or if he's like in a store parking lot.
Sounds like
or
a Whataburger.
a what?
That's a famous place in Texas. Whataburger.
Whataburger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe. Strange, no matter what way you look at
Yep.
it.
Oh, speaking of
Strange.
food, we forgot to mention taco tenders.
Yeah, I wanted to mention taco tenders. Those are they're the taco holsters.
Yeah.
So it holds 3 tacos
Uh-huh.
and it holds them open so you can build your taco without it like flopping on the other tacos.
And it leaves room on your plate for other stuff.
Hmm?
Because they aren't just laying out everywhere.
Yeah, like guacamole and stuff.
Yeah.
It is, he's a great guy, listener to the podcast, mag older guy. I think he's a holster guy too.
Yep.
Tacotender.com. The taco tender, taco holders, the solution to messy tacos.
We don't have a solution for our messy taco.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I was going to say every time we eat tacos, we use those.
And have
Same
you
here.
used the silicone ones?
Nope, I've just
not.
used the plastic one.
I like the hard
one-
plastic
The
ones.
silicone ones will go in the oven.
Really?
Yes.
Why would you need it
Yeah,
to go
why
in
would
the
you-
oven?
Maybe you want to have melty cheese on your taco.
Well, there is that.
Okay.
Why not? It does what the other ones do, just
We all
better.
had Mexican food before coming to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like kind of like the campfire scene at Blazing Saddles.
Well, and now we are out of time.
Yes.
So
We are out of time.
thanks
you.
for listening.
Subscribing and giving us your feedback
Take someone dry firing.
or air gun shooting.
You're a good shooting.
Has to record, not play.
Well, why is it not recording?
Hit record.
I am. and it's not doing anything.
Hit the
Oh,
red
there,
button.
now it is. I did. I hit it several times, and it didn't do anything. I can push a button, all right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right.